guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. I hope you've been well. I know I have. And I am back from Digstock. I am still recovering. I'm exhausted. I got like no sleep that weekend, but I had an amazing time. And that's exactly what this week's video is all about. Now, this was the big dig in the United States this year. Almost 600 attendees, just about every manufacturer you could think of. It's called Digstock for a reason. This is basically the Woodstock of digging. Big old nerd fest. Gotta love it. Now, per usual, when it comes to these events, I didn't get quite as much footage as I would have liked. But given I didn't film at all 2 years ago at the last event up there, I guess I'm somewhat proud of myself because I managed to get a video, and not to mention, we landed some insane finds. Now, in case you weren't at Digstock or you haven't seen anybody's video from Digstock yet, be forewarned, the wind is unbelievable. We were contending with probably 20 to 30 mile an hour winds all weekend. So I've done everything I can about the sound in my video and even dubbed over where necessary. Hopefully it's not too obvious. And that made for a much longer day of editing than usual, but I think it's gonna be worth it. And without a doubt, I really wanted to share this very special hunt with you. Now, before we get into it, as always, please make sure you reach out to me if you need anything metal detecting related, as I do sell metal detecting gear. And come on, it's cornfield season, guys. Hit me up. I can get you a great deal on just about anything you're looking for. All right, well, it's about a 5-hour drive to New York, so I guess it's time to hit the road. Well, some of this video is just going to be overdubbed. Nick has a 32 signal here that she's pretty excited about. We're going to start us off for the day. And... oh well, better luck next time. Well, I guess I turned the camera off too soon because Nick says she has a button, and that's not a button. Kind of looks like a kettle lug to me from like Native American trade, and that's not out of the question here, so who knows. But nothing quite like I've ever seen, so hopefully we can ID that. Not too sure. And we'll take a look at the button. I'm guessing colonial, early 1800s, something like that. Can't really tell if it has a back mark out here, but hey, you know what? Good finds, and you're in a better line than I am, that's for sure. So, all right, very good. We'll be back. You again. Ugh. Nick's got a bale seal with stuff on both sides, you said? Mm-hmm. Very cool. I like bale seals. You're good at finding them. Remember that one we found? You found a couple of them when we were out with some people, and I don't know, I can't even remember. I can't even remember what episode that was. But anyway, it's very cool. I like bale seals. So, activity, and I have a low 20s signal right here because I was walking over to her to film this. So we'll see what that is. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a grunt too, so it might be iron, but hey, I could be back with a half real or something. That'd be pretty cool. All right, we'll keep moving. All right, guys. Well, sorry again for the wind noise. I really can't tell until I play the footage back how bad the wind noise is going to be, but I think it's going to be pretty bad today. Nickel is that little dot over there. My friend Peter is that little gray dot over there. I just got a 16, 17 signal. It wasn't too deep. And I think I have my own bale seal now. Well, I know I have my own bale seal. I can definitely see stuff on there. That's cool. Let's give that a brush, and we'll come right back. All right. Yep, definitely a bale seal of some kind. I think it says 143 on that side. This side, maybe a 1? I don't know. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got something. All right. I'll be back with you on the next. Alright, well I guess Nick found something because she's the little dot at the tip of my finger and she's making it my way, so it must be something good. It's probably a copper with the day she's having. I got a signal here about a 13, and it shouldn't have been a 13 given what it is. It's a horse tack buckle. And 9 times out of 10 they're going to throw a coin signal, and you're going to want to throw it all the way across the field.
So that's weird, but I'm not used to this soil. It's very cakey, very clay-like. But you know what? Hey, good target. We'll be back. All right, Nick's still walking over my way, and it's probably about a quarter-mile walk. She's been coming over here for like 5 minutes, so it's quite a walk. And I gotta assume it's a copper or something with that. It's a copper, isn't it? Really? Oh, it's horse tack. This is actually pretty cool. This is a bridle shield. I've only got one of these. So you can see where it would have affixed to leather on the back. That's super cool. I actually really like that. Would you believe it, though? This little horse tack buckle rang up a 13. I don't know what the heck was throwing the signal to be a 13, but oh well, you're still doing better than me. So, me. Okay. All right, I think I got another bale seal here, I'm guessing anyway. It wasn't ringing very deep. I was coming up with 17, 18 on the Equinox, so that sounds about right. And it's because it is, in fact, a bale seal. Look at that pop. That's pretty cool. It's still kind of stuck in the dirt there. So anyway, brush that off and come back. All right, so I brushed off that bale seal, and it says GR in the middle. All right, somebody is excited about a token over there. Okay, so it says GR in the middle and some writing around the edge. Can't really see what it... There goes my machine from 20-mile-an-hour winds. Awesome. Okay, so again, bale seal, GR in the middle, something around the edge. And then the other side, I'm not sure exactly what that says. I'm sure I'll be able to read it once I get out of here and clean it up. But I was just thinking, too, wouldn't it be cool to find one in French? Because we're like 20 minutes from Montreal, so that would be neat. But yeah, nice bale seal. Hopefully it's not just a day full of bale seals, but I have a feeling things might turn around. Whew. So I'm really excited right now. I know in my last clip I said, oh my god, ignore the guys in the background screaming about tokens. That was Brad from Green Mountain Metal Detecting and Eddie Pascucci and Chris, I don't know his last name. So we landed in the same field. They came up behind me, actually. And I just got a boop, 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 thinking maybe it was a token. It was ringing up at 20 to 21. I see itsy bitsy silver. I'm so excited. I just held this in my hand for a couple of minutes because I was like, yelling at everybody around me, woohoo, I got silver. I don't know what the hell it is yet, though. It looks, it's half real size, maybe half dime. But this could be Canadian, too, given where we are. So, that might just go right in the mouth ball. I'm not sure. Maybe not. There's manure out here. But, yeah. It's just making up. So far, so good compared to last time when I was here 2 years ago. I didn't find anything to speak of, but I will take Itsy Bitsy Silver. And I love that it's still a mystery. This is going to be fun. So I'll spray it off and I'll come right back. Well, it's not a half real and it's not a half dime that's US. This is a Canadian half dime. You can see there it's pretty beat up and dirty, but it says 5 cents. And I believe the date is 1898. I'll throw it up on the screen. I can't quite see it right now, even though I sprayed it off thoroughly. In the front, we have a young Queen Victoria. That is awesome. I will absolutely take it. And it was really just such a funny find because, like I said, Brad and then some other people over there were finding tokens, and a couple people in my group found tokens too. They're long gone though. So I totally thought that's what it was going to be. But, yep, I love me some itsy bitsy silver. That is awesome. So, all right, we'll keep going. Okay, well, I don't want to jinx it and say I got into a hot spot, but not too far from that Vicky half dime. Just took a 10 to 11 signal. Did that thing I always do, put it down and then can't find it. I'm assuming it's a button. Haven't looked at it to speak of. And, oh, that's interesting. It looks like there's, like open work or something. Weird. All right, let me clean it up. Well, color me curious. It's obviously not a button. And it looks like the center has just been cut out. I'm not sure if that's machine cut or not. And given where we are in upstate New York, we do have the possibility of finding some Native American trade relics. So I have no idea. I don't know why my mind always has to go to trade relics, but it does because that's like my favorite thing to find. It's something interesting though. Hopefully I can get to the bottom of it. If not, it's trash and we'll move on, but interesting.
Well, that actually did it for day one. After hunting through the early afternoon, I decided it was really important to spend plenty of time at the Minelab tent. This was my first big event as a Detector. You can kind of see the crest. So it was definitely a priority for me to be over at the tent. I was happy to help some people with their machine settings. Several of you came up to me for pictures and autographs, which is still crazy for me, and humbling, might I add. And the rest of the time, I was pretty much just bothering Debbie. For those of you who don't know her, she's the business development director at Minelab. And hey, she didn't even seem to mind me bugging her. Always a plus. Now let's move on to day 2, which started with a bang at the seated hunt sponsored by Minelab. Now I chose to skip that hunt and go straight on to the natural finds. Wait till you see what we got.
All right, we're going to be shouting over the wind again. Day 2 of Digstock. I know I haven't been really good about filming this weekend, but anyway, I'm in a field that we were in yesterday. We came through here, didn't find a lot except for bag seals. I found one. I figured I'd show you what I found so far. I have something very exciting that way though. This finial rang up like a coin. It was kind of cruel, but you know, I don't know exactly what it is, so hopefully I can get an ID back at the tent, but if not, I have a nice big piece of brass. Anyway, pretty nice tom back button. Nice and silvery on the back. I haven't been filming anything because I haven't found anything super duper exciting and the wind is so bad I don't want to make you guys go deaf. So we've also got some kind of bale seal, I think. Don't really know. And some other piece of hoo-ha junk, I don't know. Anyway, so I just got a 17 to 18 signal, and it's definitely a copper. So now that is officially the lowest a copper's ever rung up on my machine, is a 17. So maybe it's counterfeit, maybe it's a British bank token, I don't know. But I had 3 goals this week. I just wanted to find copper, silver, and a military relic, so we're getting there. It's kind of small. It's going to be British, whatever it is. Or, you know, Canadian. I'm still half asleep. We've got 7 hours and 3 days, guys. So, anyway. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, hopefully the wind has died down enough for you to be able to really hear me. I think I have a bust facing left. I can't be entirely sure. And the back, that is totally caked up, which might actually be good because sometimes when you have this cake on the coin, it'll actually protect it from the elements, but this is literally like manure. It's actually really smelly out here, but in any case, so I guess I'll go with KG3 for now. I don't really know though, so hopefully I can get an idea on this one. I should be able to. I should, but I don't have any of my cleaning stuff here, and we're not leaving for another day or so. Anyway, but yay, 2 out of 3 goals accomplished. Now I just need something military, and I'll have everything I came for, besides, of course, the camaraderie. Alright, that might be all the filming for me today, I don't know, but I'll be back soon, one way or another.
Now, I don't think I've mentioned it in this video, but I had 3 goals in mind for Digstock, which were old silver, preferably a fish scale, because I've obviously never dug one. Check. Big old copper. Check again. And lastly, I really wanted to get my coil over a War of 1812 relic. Now, for those of you who don't know, during the War of 1812, United States infantry soldiers actually camped at this site and naturally marched through it as well. Plenty of 1812 relics have come up over the years, meaning between this hunt and the last one that was held there 2 years ago. That was my ultimate bucket lister. So I think it's time to check out what the last good signal of the weekend was.
Okay, so Digstock, Dig Day 3. Not showing you where we are right now. I'm going to try not to. You're going to have to get over here. Nick found something. Jesus. I haven't found anything yet today that's a model 1808 U.S. War of 1812 button. I sound exhausted because I am. And I would turn the phone. Oh, shit. I dropped it. Jeez. I would, like, pick my phone up to show you her ass-eating grin right now, but I really don't want to give up the location. All right, well, she's gonna find that, and hopefully I find something too. That would be great. Good job.
So I hope you enjoyed this short video of my perspective of Digstock. I'd like to take this time to say a huge thank you to Peter Sorrell and Matt Jones and everybody on your crew who helped make this happen. All the manufacturers who came out, and of course, all of the attendees that just made it magical. I will absolutely be attending the next Digstock hunt, and believe me, if you can afford to go and get the time off of work, it's not one to be missed. Now, let's move on to a detailed wrap-up of our finds.
Okay, so definitely a bigger wrap-up board than usual today, but that's for a good reason. I stole a bunch of Nick's stuff because she's not home. I figured I would add it to the wrap-up. So this is very cool. This was not filmed at any point during the weekend that I wish that it was. She didn't tell me about it until a little later. This is what I believe is camp lead. So I think that the soldiers, War of 1812, U.S. soldiers, may have been burning this in a fire and then pouring it into musket ball molds or perhaps button molds in the field, that kind of stuff. So sometimes if you're in a camp, you'll find big chunks of lead like this, and that could be what it is. So she doesn't think it's nearly as cool, so I might have to steal that from her. Not sure yet. We'll see what happens. She's probably going to keep it. This like kettle lug looking thing that I filmed, I'm not really sure. Really cool bridal shield. I really like that piece. Like I was saying in the video, I've only got one. So for some reason, they're just not that easy to find. And she really likes it, so that's what's important. She got a tack buckle. That really cool button back on the early 1800s button. I think it says warranted standard and has an eagle on the back, which we're not sure. I'm sure it's civilian, actually, come to think of it. Sorry, I'm still all over the place because I'm still recovering from this crazy weekend, which was a week ago now. She found this, which is really super cool. This is a little pewter button. It's been all banged up and beaten to hell, but I thought it was really neat. The shank's missing too. But I don't think it's military, but if any of you recognize this bullseye pattern as being military, please leave me a comment, let me know. I'm sure she would be thrilled to find out that it is, but we shall see. Find of the weekend, I think, has to go to her button. And yeah, I really wish I had found one on the last day, but unfortunately it didn't happen for me. Although I did get over a couple of nice coins, which we'll get to in a second. I want to try to ID some of this stuff, guys, if we can. This is a big, like, crescent moon shaped piece of pewter. There's a cast, unfortunately the shadows are not good right now. It's like a cast line right down the middle. I have no idea what it is. No idea whatsoever. So if any of you know, please comment below. We would appreciate it. See anything else? She got like a pewter spoon handle. And then onto my stuff, my little Tomback button. This thing I didn't film. I don't know what it is. And I found a couple of these in the past. Through an incredible signal. It's threaded on the inside there. Smaller hole in the top, if you know what it is. Again, this is kind of going to be like an ID me session here, I suppose. I'd really like to know what this is, if any of you know. A little stake here, maybe it's for a tent. I don't know. I decided to keep it. I might have my own camp lead. I'm not sure. This is definitely a piece of lead, though. Very, very heavy. It looks like rust, but I promise it's not. A bunch of rivets. Everyone dug a ton of rivets. This cool little finial, I'd really like to get more information on. It is threaded. You can't see that inside right now because of the shadows. It looks ancient, and then there's a small hole in the tip. If you guys know what it is, I would definitely appreciate some help. Again, I'm aware that it's some kind of finial top, so you don't need to tell me that. But if you know what it went on to, that would be awesome. So, let's see, what else? Oh, my coins. Alright, so here is what was unidentifiable in the field. An 1888, I guess it's a British halfpenny. And you can kind of, well, you can definitely make out the date there at the bottom. Very, very cool coin. I cannot believe I actually got that much detail off of it. I don't think I've ever cleaned so much dirt and like grime off of a coin. I'm going to try to go a little further with the fiberglass brush. That's how I clean this. And try to get some of this green crap off, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just glad I got an ID, frankly. And then my find of the weekend is beautiful little Victorian Canadian half dime, which is also referred to as a fish scale. This is about 1 millimeter wider than a US 3-cent piece, a trime. So if you've ever dug a trime, you know how tiny they are. Really, really cool find. And there's the date on the back. You can barely make it out, but it is 1893. Thought it was 1898 in the field. Super happy with that. I tried to get this like tar substance off, and I just can't, even though I used a polishing cloth. Couldn't do it. So in any case, very, very, very awesome weekend. How about we end with some fireworks?
It's tradition. 180 days. It's gonna last 10 minutes long. Yeah!